Hello? Is this thing working? Hello? Anybody here? Hello? We're going a little bit early. Jason just finished up. How's everyone doing? Are we back? Can anyone hear me? I am using StreamYards for the first time ever. First time ever. We're doing an after live. Post-game hype. Anyone here? Anyone can hear me? Let's do it. Jason said he might join in, so we'll see. I dropped a link in for him, so we'll see. Post-game hype, Wednesday night. Let's go. I got some Old Forester. Can you guys hear me? Please, somebody tell me. I'm using StreamYards for the first time. I mean, it's been out for like multiple months now, but I'm using it for the first time. Anybody hear me out there? We good. Copy. Let's go. I'm ready. Let's go. So let me see if I don't want to mess this up, but look, can you see these Glens? I just finished like all those during Jason's live, which, by the way, excellent job. Excellent job, Jason. Great work. Let's go. I was surprised early times didn't finish a little bit higher. Honestly, just me. But I'm telling you, that Heaven Hill 7-year, it's got a lot of shit. It's got a lot of shit already. But you know what? It's not that bad. I did it blind against the 6-year Heaven Hill, and it fared pretty well. It did. So, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I wish it wasn't, because it's $40 freaking or more, 1 year more, and shouldn't be that much better, but it was much better than the 6-year I have. So, but Jason was talking about some Old Forester, so I figured we got to do some Old Forester. I've already done one live stream. I killed some wild turkey. I watched Jason's live stream. I was finishing some drams during that. But it's time. It's time. When Old Forester calls, you answer. That's what's happening right now. Bourbinsane after dark, baby. Let's drink some water. Everybody's in the chat. How you doing? D Psycho. Okay, for those of you that don't know, let me just say this. I shouldn't be telling you this, but D Psycho is my mother. Lots of calories. She knows I'm on a diet. Listen, I've been so good. I haven't cheated that much. It's just been bourbon that's been my cheat. So come on. Please give her some crap. Tell her it's okay. Tell her son can enjoy his time every once in a while. Hang out with friends. Drink some Old Forester. Okay? Okay. Friendly reminder, everyone, please drink water. We're going on about 4 hours now. Yes. Thank you, Trev. Thank you. StreamYard's a go, man. StreamYard's easy. Easy times. Let me send a quick message to Jason just in case. Post game on ESPN the Ocho. Let's go. I'm going to send a quick Instagram message just to Jason just in case he wants to join. He said he might, but he may have had a lot to drink. He tried 6 blind samples, so let's just see what he has to say. The mash and drop. Nope, that's not right. You know what? I emailed him. We should be good. Get your son to open that Eagle Rose store pick. I'm going to keep twisting your arm. Sometimes I have him come down here and I'm like, hey, what do you think I should have tonight? Pick out a bottle. He always goes for Sazerac Rye. I don't know why. He must like that shape of the bottle or something. All right. Let's go into the first one. Let's go into the first one. Oh, okay, he's here. No, I'm here. I see you. I was on my other screen. Sorry, buddy.
Oh, you didn't see me waving like a jackass?
I was on the other screen. There he is. There's the legend. Hey, great work. Great blind.
Crazy surprising, right, man?
I know. I'm telling you, that Heaven Hill 7, it fared a lot better than you thought it would, right?
It did. I didn't think it would do that. I honestly thought that the Heaven Hill that was second place was the early times, and I was shocked when the early times came in fourth.
Yep, that's one of my favorites, honestly. Yeah,
it is. It is for me too. I mean, I literally go through a bottle of this all the time, and it was I couldn't believe it. I think when you, like I said, when you start tasting these things side by side, stuff changes. You start picking up little nuances,
Yep.
And I think this bottle, the Old Grandad that won, I think that got past the shoulder and helped it. It got so sweet, and I didn't get that peanuttiness that you usually get from an Old Grandad. It got super sweet, and just it literally stood out so much above the other ones that it was a no-brainer for me. It really was.
Yeah. Do you have the 6 year, I assume?
The Heaven Hill?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have the 6 year too. Yeah.
I'd be curious to see what you think of that next to the 7, even right now.
I've done the comparison, but
and you thought the 6 was better?
I just like the sweetness of the 6. The Heaven Hill for me, and Heaven Hill has this tendency for me to get a little bit bitter on the back end.
Yeah.
But I don't know, maybe I did get it slightly here. I did write notes like this one's slightly bitter, but I thought the flavor in it was really good. So maybe that it's opened up, it's gotten better from when I first tried it. I don't know. There's a lot of factors that could play in, but I'm actually so happy that Old Grandad won because it's available and it's awesome.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. I mean, even when I tried the 7 next to the 6, it was like, yeah, it's better. Like, it's better to me when I tried it in every regard, but it's still not worth the $30 price jump. Like that's the thing to me. It's just a 3-to-1 whiskey ratio. Like, it's not worth that much.
Oh, yeah, totally not. I mean, the fact that that's 45. I mean, I've been seeing it for $60 and higher in some other states.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Whiskey Dick came in with a $2 super chat. Boom, shake, shake, shake the room. Yeah, buddy.
Whiskey Dick.
How you doing, Bill? Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, it's been a crazy Wednesday night. I don't normally go live on Wednesdays, but Jason had a good one planned tonight, and I had some free time, so I was like, let's do it. And then afterwards, I just drank more whiskey during Jason's live, so that happens.
Yeah, thanks for whoever watched. Thanks for helping me get to over 200 in the chat. I think the highest I caught was like 210, and I took the Jep the Creed like a man.
That was crazy. That's your highest you've had then?
The highest I've had was like 2.25, but that was with I had whatchamacallit on with me at that time. That was the live stream I did with David Jennings from Rarebird 101. Mm-hmm. That was the night we cracked open the Master's Key Cornerstone.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, we had a big audience for that. That was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you think that compares to some of the other high-end ryes out there? Because I've heard mixed things on that. Like, what do you think compared to stuff you tried?
The thing that stood out to me about the Cornerstone was the finish. It did have a medicinal cherry note in the beginning, which eased up as the bottle opened up. But the finish is the one thing that stayed constant. It was just like this everlasting, this finish that just went on and on and on and on. And that's what stood out. But my number one rye of the year was the Michter's Barrel Proof rye. Not the toasted, but the regular barrel proof. The toasted is amazing. Yeah. But the regular barrel proof rye was my number one because it's literally drinking pure candy. It's amazing.
Yeah. And it's funny because I was just saying, I did that Michter's Barrel Strength Rye blind against the 2019 Thomas H. Handy and a 15-year Whistle Pig pick. And the Michter's came in second, so it beat out a 15-year Whistle Pig, which is crazy.
Whistle Pig's overrated though, dude.
It is. No, it is. And like I was saying, I'm not a huge fan of Alberta compared to MGP. Like I prefer MGP myself. Yeah. But
I won't say overrated. It's very pricey for what it is. It's just
for the price, it's overrated. Absolutely.
For the price, it's overrated.
Yeah.
It is. Listen, it is good whiskey. It's a great rye. If you're a fan of the Alberta style ryes, there's not much better than that. I mean, it's high quality. It's great what they do with it, but I just think for what it is, it's very pricey.
Yeah, I agree. It blows my mind how people can spend like state minimum here $400 on a Boss Hog. Like that just is crazy to me.
Yeah, I saw the what was the new one that came out? The Samurai.
Yep.
I mean, that thing was going for $450, $500 in some places, and people were getting it. And I don't understand.
No.
I mean, I know it's a really kick-ass bottle.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a damn pig wearing a fucking samurai costume, which is just awesome. But you know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to do a little bit of Old Forester stuff tonight. You don't have to drink along if you don't want to, but we can just talk about them a little bit.
Yeah, I'll have one dram with you because then I'm going to clean up and go sober up.
Yep. I'm going to do what you reviewed.
What are you starting off with?
I'm going to start with the Old Forester 100, which is what you reviewed recently.
Yeah, I just posted that today. That was my on the shelf Wednesday.
Yep, and I mean, one of the most, I think, under talked about bottles, honestly.
I would agree with you. I think that was my review that I posted today when I filmed that. That was the first time I'd had it in a while. And I think the quality, like I said, from the Old Forester Whiskey Row series has trickled down to the subsequent brands. And I just think it's just really good stuff.
Yep. It's just like chocolate banana. Old Forester's like a chocolate banana.
Yeah.
It's really good. Honest, full disclosure, how excited are you for the Old Forester picks that are going to be coming out now?
Dude.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so excited.
Oh, even just going up to 100 proof, I think it's going to make all the difference.
Yeah, see, and the thing with early times, so I don't know if you know, but early times is a different mash bill than regular Old Forester. So I don't get that banana note on early times bottle of wine. So I think that, it was just, I'm still surprised that this came in fourth for me because I love this stuff, but
I was surprised too. I mean, I honestly figured the Heaven Hill 7 would come up higher, but I didn't know what you were comparing it to either, was the thing.
Well, that's the thing. I didn't know either. I mean, I know the grouping of bottles, but I didn't know what was selected. So my buddy did a good job in, throwing me some curves.
Yeah, no, it was good. Have you had the normal early times, the non-bottled and bond?
Yeah, and I hate it.
It's garbage. It's garbage.
It's horrible.
Like, how can there be such a difference between that and the bottled and bond? Like, it's a big difference.
I did a blind tasting of like all these like really bottom shelf, and Evan Williams Black Label won for me. I think Benchmark 8 was second, and Early Times was like dead last. And I forgot. I think the regular Ancient Age was like third.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah.
That's another one, Benchmark. I'm curious to see what's going to happen in 2020 for Benchmark. I mean, is it going to be available is the question. That's the whole thing.
Well, that's always the question with Buffalo Trace. I mean, I think there'll be a huge swell of people running to get it. Is it going to be even available worldwide or nationwide or whatever you want to call it? And then when it finally does go and sells out, will we see it again? Or is it just going to be gone? And then we have to wait God knows when to see it again. So that's always the thing with Buffalo Trace stuff, unfortunately.
It was crazy though. They're doing like 4 different expressions or something. From what I saw, 4 or 5 different expressions. But the barrel proof's the one that really intrigued me. I mean, obviously.
Yeah. Halden Kirkwood in your chat says, goes to show that bottled and bond really does mean something. I think for the ones that do it right, it does. I just don't want to see it become a marketing term rather than a seal of quality. That's the only thing I get worried about. And
it absolutely has become like a marketing thing at this point, I think. Yeah,
I'm sipping the Early Times now with you, man. So it's just really good.
Early Times 25 for a liter. Old Forester's like 20. Old Forester 100's 22 here probably.
Yeah,
I think I'd still take the Early Times myself, but you're not going to go wrong,
Yeah, I'm curious if you do. Where's my winner here? Where's the old granddaddy?
Yeah, I've got the 114. I don't have the 100 here though.
Oh, the 114 that's a beast.
I love that thing. Let me grab the 114 real quick, just because.
Yeah.
I'll add just a skosh of water to it just to make it down to 100. We'll see.
Nicholas Bellagio says, why limit yourself to bottle and bond standards when you can blend different aged bourbons to get an even better product? Yeah, and that's true. But, bottle and bond, like I said, I think part of the story and the sales of the bottles, the history behind it, it's the story. It's the, 1897 Bottle and Bond Act.
Yeah,
got a lot of history towards it. It does mark quality. It means trust. And I think people still value that. And it seems like good bottle and bond bourbons you can still find for a good price.
Yeah.
So I just don't want it to start meaning that bottle and bond whiskeys will now be more expensive price.
Well, and that's the way the market's going. It really is.
Well, everything is because, people the marketers are not stupid at these distilleries. They know that people are going to buy stuff with the way the bourbon boom is, and if they could slap bottled and bond in something and make some more money on it, they're going to do it.
So we've kind of talked about this before, but like, what do you think the time frame is going to be for the bubble to be over? Like because everyone's expanding, everyone is expanding. So when's it going to catch up? When is stuff going to be available again?
I think it's going to be a while. I still think it's going to be a while, man.
Yeah, honestly. It seems to be growing still.
I think it's still growing. I think there's still a bevy of new whiskey drinkers, and I think that's who. I think if the distillers are smart, that's who they target. I think they put out the limited editions, they put out the special, hard to find ones for us, the whiskey nerds, the whiskey drinkers. But I think what happens is if they start targeting new whiskey drinkers with interesting products that are easy to sip, that's why I think Irish whiskey is growing so rapidly too. It is triple distilled. It's a lot easier to kind of get used to. It's buttery. It's easy. Yeah. It's flavorful. So I think a lot of people, that's something that could get more people into whiskey too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting for one of these other spirits to become the next big thing, like Armagnac or rum or something like that. But I feel like that's been said for the last couple of years and it just hasn't launched, and bourbon is still staying the course.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I don't know. I don't know when the change would happen, but it seems to be pretty consistent right now. So
yeah. Well, yeah, Donald Rand said not all triple distilled. Yes, I do realize that. Not all triple distilled, but the people that are trying Irish whiskeys, especially here in the States that I see, are all, they're kind of leaning towards Jameson and some of these other ones that are triple distilled. So
right. So the Old Granddad 100 you're drinking.
Yep.
Is it like heavy cinnamon? Because the 114, I'm getting like a whole bunch of cinnamon.
Yeah, I actually had it on my notes. There was a big cinnamon note on it as well. But yeah, it just I don't remember it coming off that sweet. It was when I first had it. It just really opened up. It got some really nice bubble gum, some really nice orange spice, rye, cinnamon. Mm-hmm. That high rye mash bill really came through. And I tend to go towards some higher rye bourbon, so maybe that was kind of the factor for me.
Yeah, I mean, I could see like a definite cinnamon red hot on the 114 at least that I'm sipping.
Yeah, the 114 is a beast. I love that stuff.
I don't know if there's a better, $28 bottle. So good.
Yeah, it's so good, man. Hey, Rock Up Reviews in the house. What's up, Ed?
How's it going, Ed?
I rue the day that all my customers figure out Buffalo Trace makes it. The tater apocalypse will fall upon the bottom shelf.
Yep.
And now I'm wondering if now with the Scotch tariffs, if you get these expanding prices, if that's going to drive more people towards trying bourbon now. So I think there's a lot of puzzle pieces still ready to kind of go in place. I do think this year we're going to see a mix of. I do think we're going to see some of these craft distilleries, the ones that got in it because it was popular, and the ones that got in it because they wanted to make some fucking good whiskey.
Yeah. Which
ones are going to separate themselves? Yeah. I think we're going to see some of that.
Well, if you think about it, like from where it started, we're kind of about the 4-year mark, ish. So like you said, stuff will start to differentiate itself. 2 years and younger, it's like, they're about the same. But once we get the little separation, you can tell a difference in quality.
Absolutely. I agree.
It'll be really cool to see what does start getting a lot more popular, a lot more growth versus the stuff that falls off. I mean, we know the bigger brands like New Riff is going to be successessul.
Yeah, New Riff, Wilderness Trail, Peerless.
Yep.
Some of those they're gonna continue to make great stuff, I think.
They're already big.
Yeah, hopefully Peerless's prices go down a little bit. Wilderness Trail seems to have a good pricing strategy right there. They're about $50, which I think is great for a craft because a lot of them come in a little bit higher than that.
Yeah, agreed. All right. Wow.
So,
75 in here.
You must have enjoyed your unicorn week, buddy, huh?
Oh, that was unlike anything I've ever experienced. not all of us
I
are
really
rough with
enjoyed
whiskey,
that.
like
I
like
enjoyed that
New
series.
Yorker, New Yorkers who can get their whiskey, but
I was enjoying that series, man, because
oh,
it was I loved, because there's nothing like, that's one of the beauties of YouTube, of seeing someone's face when they try some of those unicorns for the first time.
and it was true too. Like I debated about cutting it out because it was so stupid. Like I felt like I looked so stupid doing it, but like it was a true reaction about how I felt about the whiskey. So
Yeah.
it was unlike anything I've ever had when I tried that William Lure Weller. Honestly,
Is that still your favorite from Unicorn Week?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's so tough because they're all good. You know, even when I was talking bad about some stuff, it's relative. You
Yeah,
know,
but you
like,
know what? The 2019 William Lure Weller was amazing. So
yeah.
I don't blame you.
No, from what I've ever had, at least that was my favorite. So
Yeah. UK sports fan said, I got called away and missed your live stream. What was the order of your bottle and bond, favorite to least? Last place was JTS Brown Bottle and Bond. Fourth place was surprisingly Early Times Bottle and Bond. Third place was Old Forester Bottle and Bond, the 1897. Then came, was it New Riff? Oh no, second place. Yeah, then New Riff came in. Then second place was the Heaven Hill Bottle and Bond, the new 7-year. And first place to take the title was the Old Grandad Bonded.
yep.
This guy right here, this beauty,
Which is available, which is excellent.
which is available, and I'm telling you, I think the fact that it went down here when it got past the shoulder and opened up a little bit is what made the big difference.
Yep. All right, I'm going to move on to an Old Forester single barrel pick. Now, we were just talking about Old Forester single barrel picks, how we're excited for what's coming with them.
Yeah, I'm scouring the earth to find out if anyone has one yet.
I know. Well, I mean, what, April did they say? Something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. Where do you think Old Forester single barrel picks fall in the spectrum of picks for you? You know?
Honestly, I wasn't that impressed with any of the 90 proofers I had. I had a bunch of single barrel picks of Old Forester, and I thought, for $60, I'd rather drink, for $60, I'd rather drink 1920.
Yeah.
Than most of them.
Yeah.
But I think amping them up to 100 proof and barrel proof, there's nothing like Old Forester barrel proof. I've had it a couple times, just being at a distillery and getting to try it out of the barrel. And I got to tell you, if that's the stuff we're going to be getting in some of those barrel proof picks, those things are going to, I don't care what it is. If I see one, it's an automatic buy.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if it's like the picture Jackie showed, which was what, 65%?
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Like, get out of here.
Yeah,
$80, 65%. It's all day.
It's all day. It's not even a question.
Yeah. I don't know. Old Foresters is one of my favorite distillers. There's nothing bad about the flavor profile. I feel like I never find a bad note in anything they do.
And that's the thing with the barrel proof stuff. The little hint of banana notes a little bit muted, and you get more of that Old Forester like cherry chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
Barrel char, but that sweet barrel char.
Yes.
It's just so good.
I'm excited for it. I really hope they show up around here at least. I really do.
Yeah, it's really good.
Richie Z says his Old Forester single barrel picks from Bevmo and Total Wine are both empty. So they must have been pretty good picks then. Yeah.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with them. I just don't think there's enough differentiation there from the ones I've had. Single barrels are all different.
Right.
There have been some really stellar ones I've had, but for the majority of them, none of them have stood out to me enough to make me think about buying a 1920 instead of it. So,
that's fair.
Yeah,
no, that's fair. So let me ask you this, because we're talking about barrel picks. You've done a couple barrel picks now.
Yeah.
What would you say is your dream barrel pick to do? Like if you could choose anything with any distiller or whatnot, what would you want to do?
Oh, that's a good question, man. I feel like I already did it. It was the Weller Full Proof. I didn't think I'd ever get a Weller Full Proof pick. That one was really fun to do. Although the experience of Buffalo Trace isn't the greatest. I think right now I would love to do a pick at Russell's at Wild Turkey.
Yeah.
Because I hear doing them with you have Eddie Russell next to you picking barrels.
That'd be incredible.
I think that'd be pretty incredible. I think between that and I would love to do an Old Forester barrel proof pick. Holy shit! Now that that's been added, that jumped way up to the list.
Yeah.
I have a 1792 foolproof pick. I'm doing in a couple weeks.
Nice.
And then in the summer, I'm supposed to be doing an Eagle Rare pick, but we'll see.
Nice.
Yeah.
And some of those Eagle Rare picks are like stellar.
Yeah. DH still said a George T. Stagg barrel pick. I wish.
Hey, that'd be great. That'd be great.
Yeah. Nick Foles. Yeah. A Michter's barrel proof pick would be amazing too.
They've talked about that before. They just don't have the stock yet.
Yeah, they don't. They don't have the stock yet. All their ultra age stuff, they're sourcing.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Anything, their 10-year and everything above that, the 20-year, all the crazy ones that they release, those are all sourced.
Yep.
I do think they're sourcing it from either Old Forester or Barton, but I would lean towards Old Forester, but it's they don't disclose where they're sourcing their juice from.
Yeah, I mean, same thing. I heard Brown Foreman or Heaven Hill, you know. So it's like, but tasting it doesn't really taste. It doesn't really taste like either of them. So it
doesn't taste Heaven Hill to me. The only reason why I always pick Old Forester because I do on the Michters. See, the issue is that they do that low entry proof.
Yes, but
I also don't know, and we don't know if they're doing a proprietary. I think they use a proprietary mash bill. So I think they're contract distilling rather than just sourcing straight.
Yeah.
So so I think that could play a part into it. But the fact that they're going in the barrel at 103 proof and using that water in the beginning to get those sugars out of the barrel, I think that's what makes Michter so sweet and delicious.
Yep. Well, and when I was downtown at the Michter Distillery, the tasting they did was one of the most awesome things I've done. Like they show you one at a 125 entry proof, and they show you a Michter's Rye at a 103 entry proof, and it's night and day difference. Like you can tell it's like the mouthfeel, the coating, everything is way different. So it's really cool. ADHD Whiskey said Larceny Single Barrel has been his favorite pick, sub 100 proof.
Larceny Single. Oh, yeah. Some of the Larceny picks that I've tried have been really good. You just don't see them often too much right now. They're out there. I had one at a bar in San Diego, and I was really surprised at how good it was.
Yeah, I've only had one of them, and it was the one I tried was not that different from the regular Larceny. So
yeah,
but still, I mean, it's still good. Like Larceny by itself is usually decent, you know. So yeah.
What has been kind of your favorite pick that you've had in recently?
Oh man,
like if you could pick. So if you've had all your picks that you've tried recently, and if you could pick one that's like, all right, out of all the ones I've tried, if I could have one of those picks again, I'm leaning at that brand. What would it be?
Yeah. Well, I remember Dusty Dan sent us a Four Roses Brent Elliott Select.
Oh yeah.
The creaminess, like I've never had anything that creamy in my life.
That's another pick I would like to go on because I think at Four Roses, they give you a really good experience. You get to just keep picking barrels until you find something you like.
Yes.
And, I always think that what Brent Elliott does, he's an absolute magician at blending. And, I mean, think about it. There's no other distillery that deals with the amount of mash bills and yeast strains and combinations that they do.
Exactly.
So when you think about, quality control and tasting all these different. I mean, his palate and his sensory level must be just outlandish.
Yeah, I mean, 10 recipes to deal with, trying to blend the right ratio of all those flavors. It's got to be crazy.
Yeah,
that would definitely be a fun one. So that's probably my favorite barrel pick I've had. But I mean, in general, like most consistent, it's got to be Russell's picks.
I would love to do it'd be cool to do a Colonel Taylor pick.
You know what? I heard Christopher David in the chat. He has a local store that's doing a single barrel pick.
Really?
This year. Actually, it's with the Baltimore Ravens, he said.
Oh shit, that's awesome.
Yeah. So he was hoping they would win the Super Bowl so that it would be like an extra special thing, but
yeah, I am doing I have a 1792 foolproof pick I have coming up in a couple weeks I'm going to be doing. So I'm looking forward to that because Barton, that was the first pick I ever did. I did my bottle and bond pick. And that was a really cool experience that they do. So
yeah, they do a good job.
you get to pick from about 4 or 5. You go in the Rick House. You get to kind of pick through, and they let you take your time, and you could kind of pick through it. And yeah, it was really good. We were basically trying the foolproof, and then you obviously have to water it down because we were picking a bottle and bond.
Right.
So they give you the droppers. They give you a notebook. I mean, it's really like first class. It's a really good job there. So
yeah.
Buffalo Trace. They give everybody 1 glass to share. You have 4 barrels. You're like, all right, go. And it's like,
Yeah. Yeah, big companies, man. Big companies.
Yeah.
I had a local guy in one of my bourbon groups say that Barton's mash bill, their normal mash bill, is weeded. You ever heard that in your life?
Wait, say that again?
Weeded. Barton's normal mash bill is weeded. You ever heard that in your life? I've never heard that in my life.
Nope.
Nope, me either. Okay. That's all I wanted to hear.
Every tour, I've been to 2 Pics there, and every tour I went on, they say it's a high rye mash bill. So where are they getting it weeded?
He said it. He said the tour, like the guy who was leading his pick, told him that they put a little bit of wheat in all their mash bills. But I was like, they'd have to disclose that, wouldn't they?
Well,
like
that's different. If they do put a little bit of wheat in it, then okay. But
I don't remember exactly what he said.
I've seen plenty of sites that disclose their mash bill, and there's no wheat in it.
Yeah, exactly. So like, I don't know. I was just curious if you ever heard anything like that before. But
Richie Z says predictions for the Super Bowl. Who do you got?
I don't really care, honestly. I hate to say it.
I don't care either. But if you had to pick a team, who would you go with? The defense of San Fran? Or would you go with the offense of the Chiefs?
I mean, I'd probably go with San Francisco overall, just because their defense has been good and Garoppolo's playing out of his mind somehow.
But honestly, Garoppolo has thrown the ball 8 times in like 2 months.
Yeah, but he doesn't have to. That's the thing. Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't have to. I don't fault him for it. Why would you when you have that running game? But
yeah, I don't know.
But if it gets to like a shootout, if the Chiefs get the ball first and score,
yeah,
and say say San Francisco gets the ball back, they try to run the ball, they get stopped, and now they're like, oh shit, Garoppolo's, we got to throw it. Does he have the capability to do that against the Chiefs? It's not like the Chiefs have a great defense, but
no, I've always said that about like second, third year quarterbacks. Is I just don't trust them. Like, I need more time in the league. Like, you got to be consistent for longer than a couple of years, because defenses figure you out. We saw with Kaepernick back in the day. Like, I'm curious about Lamar Jackson next year to see how he's going to do. Now that defenses might figure him out, so we'll see. But I mean, I just watch for the commercials nowadays.
That's true. I do love the commercials. Yeah, so I'm comparing again the early times and the old granddad here.
Mm-hmm.
See, when you do these two side by side, the early times is actually nicer on the nose. But there's something about the granddad, the sweetness that has come out of this bottle that is really just kind of overtaking it.
Yeah.
The early times is very good, but the old granddad sweetness is really nice.
I feel like early times usually just has a nice balance for the times I've drank it. Like, it's not too much of one thing or another. It's just kind of easy sipping,
And that's a good thing. And I think that's what happened when you try it in a field of 6. You're looking for stuff that sticks out.
Yeah.
So the early times to me, and I said it when I tried it, I'm like, this is just a really good, easy sipper.
Yep.
It's not going one way or the other. Nothing's really sticking out for me. So I think that actually, like, I held that against it.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean it's a bad bourbon at all. It's really good. But the old granddad just had like this spice and this sweetness pop that just kind of put it over the edge.
And I think that those of us that are used to higher proof, like, we like that bite in our whiskey. Like, we need that flavor bite. So that's why you liked it more.
That's the thing. I'm all for an easy sipper, but I do, when you're comparing all these, you want stuff that sticks out. And it definitely, the old granddad stood out to me. So.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go into 1910 next. We're running down.
Man, give it a 1915.
1915 right away.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Blend it, buddy. I'm gonna have some of the Old Forester Bottle and Bond with you because I have it right here.
All right. Yeah, the 1915 is really like the perfect balance of both.
It really is. Yeah, I love it.
Because it gives you the extra barrel char you want and you love, like that's how I feel about it, at least.
Hey, Malton Montreal came in with a super chat, I think, for you, buddy.
Oh, thanks, Swami. How you doing, brother? Good to see you. Swami's always up late. He comes in late.
Yeah, how you been, Swami?
Hope you've been doing well. Whew. Toasted chocolate,
Oh, absolutely. Somebody asked me recently, they're like, hey, what's a bourbon that's about 40, 50 bucks that tastes like chocolate and coffee? I'm like, are you seriously asking me that? Because that's kind of an easy answer. I'm like, 1910. Just
yeah.
Go get it.
That's the answer for sure.
Yeah. UK sports fan. How does OF 1897 compare to OF 1910? Oh my God, it's a completely different flavor profile.
Yep.
You can't even, there's really no comparison. This is just a solid, spicy, very well balanced bottle and bond bourbon.
Yep.
The 1910 is coffee, chocolate, a lot of oak. I mean, they don't even really, if you're going to compare them, you'll notice just good, solid bourbon flavors versus these intensified chocolate, coffee, and chocolate flavors. So
yeah, even compared like 1920 to 1910, like the 1910 is just toasted marshmallow, barrel char. 1920 is just chocolate coated raspberry, cherry. It's so good.
Toasted marshmallow is actually a good call out too. Definitely get that.
Yeah.
Hey, Juliet Miranda's here. How you doing?
Hey, how's it going?
What's up, Red? Yeah, DH Silva says 1910 is all darkness, but a bit low on the proof. I do wish it was a little bit higher in proof.
Yeah, people are still buying the shit out of it at this proof, though.
Yeah. The thing with that though is I remember hearing a buddy of mine did an interview recently at Old Forester, and they said that they underestimated the demand for the 1910. And they, because remember, it came out in the beginning and then it went away for a while until they made it again.
Yep.
They completely underestimated the demand for it. So they said that the way, and I believe Old Forester, when it comes to this regard, they said that that'll never happen again. They changed their entire production system to create enough whiskey to create the 1910, so it always stays available. So.
And I've been saying this recently, like I feel like toasted barrel finishing is a massive thing up and coming. Michter's toasted barrel Rhiney, their toasted finishes just sell out. Woodford double oaked is fantastic. It's just anything that's like got that toast finish. I think it just adds an extra layer of complexity. It's just great.
See, it's weird though. Woodford Reserve to me, a Woodford double oak tastes like it's finished.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Whereas like the other distilleries that do toastings, like Michter's toasted and maybe another, it doesn't taste as finished. I don't know. It's a weird thing. Like I almost feel like a Woodford double oaked like finishes their whiskey in like a Snickers barrel or something.
Yeah, vanilla ice cream.
It tastes like pure candy.
It does. Yeah, it's the smoothest oak you could ever imagine.
It really is. Yeah, but they do an intense toasting, and I think Old Forester and Woodford Reserve have an advantage because they have their own cooperage, so they're able to do a lot with barrels and they're able to mold the flavors that they're looking for based on they could literally sit there and construct a barrel specifically for a whiskey. Yeah, and I think for them that really makes a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
Greg Failer says, "Is Old Forester Statesman 95 garbage?" What's your opinion on Statesman?
Honestly, I mean, it's good. Like it's just very very average is how I feel about it. It's a marketing ploy for sure. But I feel like it's a decent whiskey. If you buy it, you're not gonna be disappointed, but it is overpriced. I'd rather it be $5 to $10 cheaper. It's underproofed. It's average Old Forester compared to some older stuff. I'd rather buy even like the normal Old Forester bottled and bond, or even the 100 probably versus the Statesman myself.
I also think the Statesman is probably so. Old Forester is always high quality stuff, but I think it's on the younger side.
Yeah,
I think it tastes that way. I think it obviously had to go in with the movie that they released it for.
Yep.
So I don't think it's the most aged product in the world. I wouldn't recommend Statesman to anyone as someone trying to get into an Old Forester.
Nope. Exactly agree.
I mean, I'll recommend this before a Statesman any day of the week. So
it's worth even like the little. That's probably about the same price, right? Maybe a little bit less even.
Yeah.
So
Juliet Miranda says, I'm getting a bit sick of the sherry finished bourbons. I could see that. Dude, you have 71 watching, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
What's your record? What's your record in the chat?
Just today, actually, 106 or something. That was amazing.
That's awesome, man.
Dude, Wednesdays, man.
That's the night, buddy. It's the night.
No, yeah. Normally I go Fridays, but Wednesday, it's just because Jason's about to go live. That's the whole reason everyone wants to watch. So they
I doubt it. Julia Miranda says, yeah, how the Statesman was underwhelmed. I could see that. Yeah, sherry finished bourbons, I think there's more like rum finished bourbons, more rum finished stuff coming out than even the sherry stuff now. There's a lot of rum finishing going on. Sherry, I think we're going to see more cognac, more wine barrel stuff coming out soon. So I don't think there's going to be an end to it anytime soon.
No, I think it's heading more towards Scotch territory where they're experimenting more with that stuff.
Yeah.
Like the cognac stuff I've had, like the Bellamy's cognac finish, barrel strength has been like a couple single barrel picks have been great.
Nagel Appraisal Dayton said the 1920 is the best OF in my honest opinion, and I agree. But I enjoyed the Statesman over 1910, and I think 1910 is it's a great whiskey, but it is a specific flavor profile.
Absolutely.
And I think the Statesman, some people that don't like that 1910, that weird flavor profile, will easily pick Statesman over it.
Yep.
Because it's got a bite to it. It's youthful, but it's Old Forester youth, so it is still pretty good quality to it.
Yeah, exactly. Old Forester 10 is kind of out there. Like it is a little bit out there,
Yeah.
But if you've been in whiskey a while, you can appreciate it. And most people will probably appreciate that barrel char and those notes that come through. But Statesman's closer towards, normal bourbon. So
UK Sportsman, is Belmead Reserve a sherry finish? They have a sherry finish offering. They also have a Madeira, and they also have a cognac finish. The cognac happens to be my favorite of the bunch. But yeah, they do those three. I recently got a brandy finish cask from Belmead, which is a special release, which is amazing. It is so good. Tried the Basil Hayden rum bourbon, didn't like. That's because it's not finished in rum. They literally add rum to it.
Yeah, no. Some people were loving that thing though. Like I was on Facebook with people and they were like, "Oh, this stuff's so good." And I was like,
"That's because it tastes like maple syrup." So there's not much to hate, but it's just like the dark rye. They poured port wine into it instead of finishing it in a port cask. But the same thing with the Caribbean rum cask. They literally poured rum in it and blended it. They didn't finish it in rum.
Yeah, so, I don't know. I guess just me. I don't understand. That's just not for me.
DH still says Belmead brandy for the win. Yeah, he had it recently. He came over to my house last weekend, and yeah, it's a very impressive bourbon. There was another question here that I wanted to. Oh, Scary Peeper, to both of you, care to say early predictions for best bourbon of 2020? Wow.
Ooh. I'm gonna say, I bet you Old Forester Barrel Proof is going to be incredible. Like, I think that's going to rank high up once we try some single barrel picks if we can.
It's tough because I don't know all the new releases coming out yet. There's still a lot of them haven't been announced, but yeah, early favorites would definitely be an Old Forester Barrel Proof, or I think that Wild Turkey 17-year bottled and bond is either going to be just something ridiculously amazing, or something a little bit off profile and funky, because it is being aged in Camp Nelson.
Yep.
Which has a tendency to give off profile wild turkeys. So we're not going to know what's gonna come out of that bottle. It's going to be something really weird and off turkey profile, or something amazing. So,
yeah, that's the thing, is like, are they going to lean towards the enthusiast who wants that funky profile, or is it going to be just something they want to tailor to the masses, where it's going to be more classic?
Listen, man, I trust Eddie. So.
Oh yeah. I think it's going to be great. So.
Juliet Moran is asking, have you had the PB&W peanut butter flavored whiskey? I'm rejecting it on principle alone. Yeah, I have had that one. I'm not crazy about that one, but I got to tell you, I like the Screwball. That shit's, I'll admit it, that shit's good, but I'm a peanut butter guy, so I think it's good. You mix that stuff with a little bit of Godiva chocolate liqueur. Holy shit.
Oh,
it's like drinking a peanut butter cup.
Yeah, that would be.
ADHD Whiskey says, what's a good price for decades? Probably, I've seen it as low as 130.
Yeah, I was going to say 150, but that's local.
Yeah, 150 is not bad either, but I've seen it as low as 130. So if you could get it in between that, it's not bad.
Yeah.
DH Silva, I like the Jim Beam peanut butter whiskey. They labeled it Booker's 30.
Yeah, I don't know. Booker's 30th was pretty good. Pretty damn good.
I got to tell you, I have a review coming up, I think this weekend, that I'm going to post that's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I actually can't say what it is yet because I'm not allowed to.
Not allowed to? Any hints at all?
It's distilled in Louisville. It's a brand in Louisville. That's all I could say.
Thank you for all the information. Thank you so much.
That's all I could say.
When's it coming out though?
Well, I'm allowed to talk about it after tomorrow, I think.
Oh, damn.
So I think there's going to be an announcement, and then once the announcement happens, I'm going to post a review, I think, this weekend, because I was lucky enough to get somebody came over that was able to go to the event where it was being introduced, and I was able to do a review of it with this person. So
damn. Can you say even what distillery it's going to be coming from?
No, I can't.
It's in Louisville though, which means it's in
Louisville. So you can probably narrow it. You can narrow it down.
Yeah.
It's because it's in Louisville.
It's in Louisville. So yeah. Michter's, Old Forester, Peerless, maybe.
Yep. You keep narrowing it down.
We'll see soon enough.
Yeah.
Wow. Sam Santarita says top dollar you would pay for Four Roses limited edition 2019. That's a good question. Jason?
Top dollar?
Top dollar.
Probably $200.
Yeah, I'd say 175 was mine. So
yeah, I pay $200 for it. It was my whiskey of the year. How can I not? I love that stuff.
That is some really, really good stuff. I mean, it's special.
The thing is that I drank it all the way down. I have it right here. I drank it all the way down to here, and it just, each time I went back to it, it changes and it gets more interesting, and that's why I picked it. The William Leroy Weller could have easily won, but that thing stayed as a candy motor, just a motorboat candy. It was sweet, delicious mouth coating, but it always stayed the same. This had a little bit more of an interest. Every time I went back to it, it just changed a little bit, and it was never bad.
Right.
So that's why I picked it. So
yeah. I mean, and from hearing from other people around the whiskey community, it seems like that was one of the best small batch releases in recent history.
I wish I had like a girlfriend. I would have taken her with me to buy two.
If for no other reason, just to buy whiskey for you.
Just to buy whiskey. I wish I had someone with me at the time. So.
Oh man.
All
right, I'm gonna grab one more pour here, and then I'll probably call it.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Brian Haycraft said, "What about the Luxco Double Barrel 12-year?" Yeah, man, I have it right here. This thing, I wish this thing was more available. I wish this wasn't an only distillery release, but this is absolutely delicious. I'm going to finish off the night with this.
All right. Yeah, a lot of people like Scott put that really Scott my bourbon journey put that really high in his whiskey of the year too.
I know I keep saying it, but this cork, if I threw this at you, you would have a concussion.
Yeah.
It's heavy.
Yeah, that and the Boss Hog, the Old Grand
The samurai would kill you.
Yeah. Juliet Miranda coming with a $10 for the whiskey fund. Thank you so much. You know, I need some more money for the whiskey fund. I appreciate it. There's never enough for the whiskey fund.
UK sports fan. Hey guys, does Maker's RC6 have any rye? And what's the mash bill? No, it's no rye in Maker's. That's a wheated bourbon.
Like, you seem to like that a lot more than Normal's Maker stuff, Maker's Pics. Like, what do you like? Do you think I could handle that RC6?
The thing with the Maker's 6 that made it different is it, to me personally, I mean, I did talk about it with other people. It was a fruit bomb.
Yeah.
And I think that was kind of a different flavor profile than the grainy weediness that you get from a regular Maker's. So I think that's what made it stand out. So,
I mean, as long as it's not like the alcohol forward cherry licorice note, like that's the Maker stuff I don't like. Cherry cough drop Maker.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I mean, Maker's, trying to think, I think Maker's uses about 15 or 16% wheat in their mash bill. It's primarily corn, and they have 70% corn, and they use so it's a lot of corn. So I think you do get that sweetness from it, but they use about 16 or 17% wheat, I think, along those lines. And then malted barley to finish it off. So there's no rye in that mash bill. Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like the winter wheat that I just don't agree with compared to other wheat. I don't know.
Something maybe the winter wheat doesn't agree with you.
Maybe, I don't know. It's something weird, but
Brian, what about the 4-gate split stage? Probably the split stave he means.
Yep.
That's the second most impressive one I've had from 4-gate.
What was your first?
The rum sherry barrel one that they did, the first batch.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people love that one.
That thing was incredible, but the split stave has probably been my second favorite of everything that they've released.
Yeah. I'm going to be reviewing that one probably in the next 7 to 10 days. So
what else you got coming up on the channel?
That I want to do more head-to-heads in 2020. So just whatever theme, like
you mean double bass episodes?
Exactly. Yeah. I got to get my content from somewhere. Maybe I'll even call it double bass. We'll see.
You should call it like double face.
Yeah. Exactly. No, but like more themes like 10-year plus, bottled and bond head to head, budget head to head, that kind of stuff. So I want to do more of that this year because I want to get better at doing blinds and picking out distilleries. That's like my goal for 2020 because it's so tough. Like I think I'm good at it and then I do it and it's like, wow, I'm nowhere close to being where I should be with this.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough. I mean, I refrained tonight from trying to pick out distilleries because the only one, there was two that I kind of pegged. One was Heaven Hill and one was the New Riff. The other four, I wasn't really sure where I was in the pantheon of picking different distilleries. But the last one, I definitely thought that was the Heaven Hill because it was so peanutty. And the one that tasted that orange blossom honey is something that I remembered from from New Riff. So those are the two that I was able to pick.
Yeah, it's really tough. Like until people do it themselves, they don't really understand how hard it really is. Yeah. Not easy. Yeah,
DHL. Yeah, second of four. So my first favorite was the 4-gate batch 1. The second place was the split stave. Third place was the barrel proof, and fourth place was the outer loop orbit, which was the gin
finished,
gin and orange curacao finish, which I know some people like, just was not my flavor profile. So
no, I'm with you. It was a little too funky for me. I think it was still like decent, but it's just you could really taste that orange curacao, like that, and the Parker's Heritage I had on that too. It just it sticks out so much.
Yeah, it tasted like a Christmas tree with oranges on it.
Yeah, yeah, it's a good way to put it.
Yeah, basically. Do you have you picked up any? What are you out on the hunt for right now?
Actually, this week and last week, apparently, we got all the allocated Buffalo Trace stuff. So not like Stag and stuff, but like Stag Junior, ETL,
Yeah.
EH Taylor. So last week I got a EH Taylor small batch and a Stag Junior batch 13. This week apparently, like today, places got some more single barrel. They got EH Taylor barrel proof.
Nice.
And Elmer
a
T. Lee.
a little late, but it came
Yeah,
in.
I know. Elmer T. Lee barrel and Elmer T. Lee too. So I didn't even think to look, and I was working today anyway. But so I missed out on those. But I was like, what is going on? It's just so weird.
Brian Haycraft is asking about an Ohio bourbon. Have you had the Middle West OH 4-grain? Yes, I have. My favorite Middle West expression is the dark pumpernickel rye. And they released a cast strength of the distillery only that was awesome. So
you talk about that on your channel, right?
Yeah, that's probably my favorite expression that they've done. It's really unique, really different. I'm not crazy about the other Middle West stuff. I think their sherry cask finish is a little overrated. It's a little high price for what it is. So when does the EH Taylor barrel proof usually release? They normally do, I think, 2 releases a year with the barrel proof. So you'll get, I think there's one about second quarter, and then there's one later in the year that you'll see usually around. Yeah. I think they do 2 releases a year for that one. So it's just a matter of being lucky.
Yeah. Stores will get maybe 1.
I got to tell you a quick story. So I was online so Tuesday morning is when my store that I go to here gets all their shipments in. I was first online because I heard Elijah Craig barrel proof was coming in, and given the delay between the C919 and then Tuesday's release, I totally thought it was going to be the A120. So I got really excited. I'm like, oh, I got to get this bottle. So I waited online. The truck came a little bit late. The truck didn't come until after. So I got there about 8 a.m. The truck didn't come till about 9:30 a.m. But apparently there was a lot of Buffalo Trace on there. So by the time they went through the truck, got everything out, he's pulling out all the stuff. And now it's 11:30. After all this time, the card comes out, and I'm looking. I'm like, I want that Elijah Craig barrel proof. Pulls it out. I look at it. It's the C919. Like, no.
After all that time.
Yeah, I put it down and I walked out. I'm like, fuck this.
Good 4 hours of your life there.
Yeah, good 4 hours of my life just wasted. I mean, I could have picked up another one, but I already have a backup, so I didn't want to get another one. So
yeah.
I really wanted the new one because I wanted to actually crack that open on the live stream. So I'm like, well, I can't do that. I might as well do this bottle and bomb thing I was thinking of.
Yeah, that and Booker's got to be coming pretty soon, I would think.
Online or inline? 80.
Yeah. Good question.
Jeromal said a Master Drum C919 versus batch 12. Okay. So with that C919 versus batch 12, I did that head-to-head recently. Have you tried that yet, Chris?
I've had the C919, but not the batch 12.
Okay. So the batch, I mean, when you do them head-to-head, it's amazing how completely different they are. Because the C919, I think, wins on, to use a Bourbon Junkie's term, mouth experience. I think the C919 it has an incredible mouthfeel to it. A lot of the 12-year gives it a great balance. It's powerful with that 136 point, whatever it is, proof.
Mm-hmm.
But the Stag Junior, on the other hand, this is the 1 year that they made it. That batch 12 is so sickeningly sweet and delicious and easy to drink. I think it depends on what you like.
Yeah.
If you want more oak and you want more of an intense flavor profile, I think the C919 wins in that aspect. If you just want to drink straight up candy, sweet deliciousness, Stag Junior Batch 12.
Yeah. Let me ask you this one quick question before we wrap up here.
Yep.
In general, what do you think you lean towards? Elijah Craig Barrel Proof or Stag Junior?
Oh, Elijah Craig Barrel Proof easily.
All day? Yeah.
But listen, if Stag Junior, now Batch 12 and Batch 13 have both been stellar.
Yeah.
If we still keep getting that type of consistency, I don't know. I might change over.
Maybe they're getting more stocks. Maybe they're reaching from older barrels. I mean, we don't know.
I don't know, man. It's like they figured out how to age it so it doesn't taste like pure ethanol.
Exactly.
ADHD whiskey. I don't know what the proof of the A120 is yet. I haven't seen it. So, but the minute I find it, I will let you know.
Yep. No info yet.
Scary Peeper says, Elijah Craig C919 is my wife and Batch 12 is my side piece.
That's about right.
That is about right. Yeah. Dude, I'll send you some Batch 12 to try it, Chris.
Yeah, I'd love to try it next to the 13 and the 19 Stag to see how it compares. You know, like all three of them.
Yeah, I was disappointed in the 19 Stag, honestly.
Yeah, I mean it's under proof for sure, but I still got a nice like age to it. You know.
Oh, it's still delicious.
Yeah.
I just think when you think George C. Stag, you want that proof to hit you in the nuts. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah.
For sure.
So I'll actually let you know we're live here on the stream, but next week I'm trying to get I want to get a group together on my stream to do local craft distilleries.
Okay. Yeah.
So if you're available again on Wednesday night, you could come on if you're not working.
Next Wednesday I am off, I believe. Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, so if you have any local distilleries in Michigan that you want to talk about, I know Pingree is there.
Yep.
Traverse City, if you want to talk about that.
Yep.
I'm going to be talking about some Ohio stuff. We have the Bourbon Buddies coming on. They're in Pennsylvania.
Nice.
And I might get Scott to do some Wisconsin stuff and maybe someone else for Texas. So we'll see.
Nice. Yeah, no, for sure. I'm down. Yeah, I'm off Wednesday, so that'll work.
All right, man.
All right, let's wrap up here. Hey, good after stream, good stream for you, man. Good work.
You too. Thanks for doing the pre and the post.
Yeah. Thanks for joining me. Thank you all too for coming in and hanging out. Awesome time tonight. Awesome numbers. Thank you all for coming. Whiskey Wednesdays, man. I get on board with this. This is some good stuff.
Hey, there's a slot available, man. You could go on post me or before me.
I know. We'll see. All
right, man.
All right. Have a good night, everyone. Thanks for hanging out. See you all soon. Have a good night, Jason.
Good night, man.